Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and to a getting back on track video. If you're new here, my name is Leanne. I am a mum of two boys. They are 5 and 7 and I am on the Slimming Well plan. I've been a member for 17 weeks and I've lost 2 stone 12.5 pounds, or 39.5 pounds if you don't work in stones. I'm on a fairly epic journey to lose a lot of weight. I expect somewhere in the region of 7 to 9 stone will be my total loss, and yeah, it's been a bit of a bumpy journey. I haven't actually gained yet, but I do think I dodged a couple of gains when I took holidays from group. But yeah, so basically we have just been away for the weekend. We went to Legoland with our 2 children, and we also went with my sister-in-law, her husband and their 2 children. So we have children the same age. So our 2 older ones are both 7 and our 2 younger ones are both 5. And they are really, really close. They all get along so, so well. We stayed in a hotel, a Premier Inn, just outside Windsor. And we spent 2 days in the park and then came home late Sunday night. It was really late. We got home about 10:30 at night. So yeah, it was a really, really jam-packed weekend. But honestly, we have had the best weekend, and well, definitely me, and I think my children have got the post-break blues for sure. So in terms of eating, my eating has been horrendous, like the worst it could possibly be, because it was actually impossible to even try and stick to plan this weekend. We didn't have a fridge in our room. I took bread and jam and peanut butter to at least make some sandwiches to take to the park with us. Everything else was like in packets, you know, biscuits, sweets, all that kind of thing. In the hotel, the food was all, you know, there was no way I could have food optimised at all. I could have done at breakfast if I just had the fruit, but to be honest, I wanted to fill up. So we didn't end up buying loads of stuff in the park because it's not cheap to do that. So yeah, basically, I ate a lot of very unhealthy food, but that didn't stop when I got home. Actually, I let Monday be a terrible day as well. And yeah, it's just trying to snap myself out of it today is, I would say that once I woke up, once I made the decision that today was going to be the day to switch it off and, you know, draw the line, then I found eating okay. But I'm still craving a bit, and yeah, just thought I would film a couple of days just to help me crack on really and try and get things under control again. It's amazing how in control you feel, and then how suddenly you're totally not in control, and that's how I feel, or I have felt. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and today I think has been a success. So it's now 6:20 in the evening. I actually woke up and I wasn't hungry. I did eat a lot yesterday and it was all really unhealthy, so I think I was just full. So I decided to actually skip breakfast. I never normally do that, but I just thought it might actually do me some good. And I wasn't hungry, so I made up some bits to take to work. So I made some overnight oats. I still had one of the Aldi vanilla protein yogurts in the fridge. So I mixed that up with 40 grams of oats, and I did that last night. And then I put on top of that some fresh blueberries, some frozen raspberries, and some frozen breakfast topper. And I just left it in the fridge all night. So I took that to work this morning. And then I also took a small tub of strawberries and 6 grams of the Aldi Foodie Market mixed nuts. And that's 2 sins. So I took that to work, started to get hungry at about 11:15. So I had my strawberries and nuts at 11:15, and then I had my overnight oats an hour later at about 12:20. And that kept me going until after school. I had a coffee, and then that was it until dinner. So we've just had dinner. I got these frozen chicken skewers, salt and chili chicken skewers from Iceland. They are half a sin each, and I had 2 for 1 sin. They're really quite big. Now, the good thing about these, there's lots of different flavours. You can defrost and eat them, so you don't actually need to cook them. But I'm not a huge fan of doing that, so I cooked mine. You can do that for about 16 minutes in the oven until they're just really hot. So I had those, and I just made a giant salad. And by giant, I do mean giant. I had loads of lettuce, spinach, tomatoes, cucumber, red onion. And then I also had some peas and green beans because the rest of my family were having tuna pasta, and they have peas and green beans on the side of that. So I had some of those. Spinach, did I say that? And yellow pepper. Then I topped it with some picante peppers, which I love, and some gherkins. And then I drizzled some balsamic vinegar over, and then I had a teaspoon of this extra virgin olive oil, and that was 2 cents for a level teaspoon, and I just drizzled that all over. I had a tiny, when I say tiny, I do mean it, little splodge of pasta, and yeah, the chicken skewers. And I just feel like I need to just load up on the goodness, you know, just kind of really focus on the fruit and veg, just to kind of get the weekend out of my system. So I also had a few slices of pineapple after dinner, just because I was chopping it up for my son. So I thought I'd have a couple of bits as well. So that's where I'm at the moment. I'm actually going to try not to eat anything else tonight. I'm going to try, not necessarily intermittent fasting, but just I'm going to try and stick to 3 meals a day. Today it'll be 2 meals, but I'm going to try and stick to 3 meals a day without snacks, because I feel like that was working really well for me. Last week I lost 5 pounds, and that was just through cutting out the snacking and filling up a bit more on like the fats, so avocado, nuts, that kind of thing. So I'm just going to give it a go, see how it goes. I might need to up the carbs a little bit as the week goes on, and just see how my cravings go. But yeah, I'm going to try and stick to my 3 meals a day, because I think that actually helped me feel better, and I was waking up without the craves and without feeling really super hungry. And yeah, so anyway, that's where I'm at. I would say that drawing the line is the hardest thing. Once you've drawn the line, it gets easier, but you've got to, if you're struggling, you've just got to say, right, tomorrow I'm drawing that line, not like after the weekend or, you know, next week. It's got to be like straight away. I feel like once I've made the decision on what day I'm going to, you know, draw the line, I actually just get on with it. And sometimes I have to force myself to follow the plan for a few hours to a few days, and then it just becomes natural again. But whatever way I do it, I just kind of make the decision, and then it's, you know, it's made then. So now it's just a case of sticking to it, I guess. I think I've been feeling a little bit flat recently. I just think, you know, there's so much going on in the world, isn't there? And I feel like that has really affected me, and continues to affect me. And I think that's part of why I feel that way. So I feel like focusing on my health and weight is one of the things I can control. And I think that is going to, in the long run, that is going to make a huge difference. So yeah, stick with me for a few days, and I will pop this video up on Thursday. So actually today is Tuesday, so tomorrow's Wednesday. So I'm only going to film today and tomorrow, and then I'll try and get this up on Thursday. So yeah, stick with me, and we'll just see how the next couple of days go. Hey, so it's Thursday evening, and I have just finished putting my boys to bed. I have been really rubbish with recording this week. It's just been so busy, and my day job has been really hectic. So I've just not been good at remembering to do it and fitting it in. But I thought I would just quickly catch up with you, just give you a quick rundown of what I've been eating and how I've been getting myself back on track. So eating wise today, I've been really, really good. For breakfast, I went big. So it was really unusual for me because it was so early in the morning. I think I ate breakfast about 6:45 this morning because I had to leave so early for work. But I just really fancied it. So I went for like a savoury omelette. So I used 2 medium eggs, which I just mixed up, fried off in fry light with some ham. I like to cook my omelette on both sides, so I just flip it. Then I popped that on a plate, and then in the fridge, I'd got some leftover yellow pepper and red onion from my salad yesterday. So I chopped those up, fried those off, added some chili flakes and some spinach and a dash of balsamic vinegar and just sauteed it off and popped that inside the omelette, and it was really delicious, kept me full. Well, I had lunch at 12:15, so kept me going a really long time. And it's just a great way to use up leftovers. So I had that for breakfast, and then for lunch I had the overnight oats. So I'm now going to prep some overnight oats, just like I normally do, to take to work with me tomorrow. I am going to use a Graham's protein strawberry yogurt. There is 25 grams of protein in this, which is the reason I bought it. But I made the fatal error of not scanning it before I bought it in the Slimming World app because I forgot, to be honest. I just assumed it would be okay. It's fat-free, and I just thought it would be okay, but actually it's 3 sins. But I am going to still use them and spend the 3 sins because I think my sins are actually fairly low in general, sort of because I'm cutting out sort of snacks and things. So I'll mix that yogurt with 40 grams of porridge oats. Sorry about the lighting. And then I'll top it with some blueberries, some frozen raspberries, some frozen breakfast topper, which is this, which is diced up peach, pineapple, strawberry and mango. This is the Sainsbury's one, but most supermarkets do their own version. And if I can fit them in, some cherries. So yeah, I'm just going to pop that all in my container and then pop it in the fridge overnight and then take it to work with me tomorrow. So this is what it looks like. I couldn't fit the cherries in, so I've left them out. So I've mixed the yogurt with the oats and then topped it with the blueberries, raspberries and the breakfast topper. So the oats, 40 grams, they're my healthy extra B choice for tomorrow. And yeah, the yogurt is 3 sins. So this is a total of 3 sins. The Graham's yogurt is really nice. It's very creamy. It's very different to the Aldi one. The Aldi one is amazing, but it's very thick. But the Graham's one is thick, but it's also creamy, so it's a much nicer texture. But to be honest, I probably would just stick with the Aldi one because it's 1.5 sins versus the 3 sins, and it's cheaper. So yeah, but they are great as a you know, if I'm in Sainsbury's and I can't get to Aldi, then they're a great alternative. And they did really keep me full. They've got so much protein in, it really did the job. So yeah, just had my overnight oats, and I did have my Diet Coke with that. I normally take a Diet Coke into work, but I don't very often drink it. But today I really fancied it. I'm just making a conscious effort not to drink those drinks where I can outside of my meals. So I'm trying to just have my fizzy drinks with a meal to see if it helps with my blood sugar spikes. So yeah, I did that, and then I had a coffee when I got home from work. I must say I am really enjoying having whole milk instead of semi-skim milk. It's not making a difference because I never had my full allowance of milk anyway, but I'm really finding that it satisfies me more and I prefer the taste. So I'm enjoying that. So I'm having 200 mils of whole milk a day, and I am actually almost using it all every day. So I had a coffee with whole milk after school, and then for dinner I made a beef casserole. I had some lean diced beef that I got from Tesco's last week and I put in the freezer. So I defrosted that. I popped it straight into the slow cooker. I didn't brown it because I just don't have time for it. But I just popped it in the slow cooker with some sliced red onion, some sliced up carrots, and some beef stock cube, which I crumbled in and topped it up with water. I think that was everything, yeah. And then left it on like 9 hours low, I think, because I got it on super early. I think I got it in the slow cooker for like 6:15. So, yeah, left it on low all day. When I got home, I just added 3 tablespoons, level tablespoons, of the Tesco corn flour. Just mixed that with a little bit of water and tipped it in, and then put the slow cooker on high for half an hour, and that just thickens up the stock. And then after that I added some frozen peas in and put it on high again for another half an hour just to cook the peas. And honestly, we love this dish. I counted 1 sin for mine. I made it with mashed potato, and I didn't add anything to my mash, just literally boil the potatoes and mash them up. And broccoli, which I done in the saucepan, and then I also roasted some cauliflower because I love that, you know me by now, and I had loads of potatoes left, so I put those in the oven as well, just because I had the oven on, and I've put those in the fridge. Tomorrow we have got to go to open evening at the school. It's going to be really hectic, so they might be handy to like add to something for dinner tomorrow, well, at least for me and James, and then the kids can have something like beans on toast or whatever. So yeah, that's my eating for today. I'm going to go and have a decaf coffee after I've filmed this. I'm really hoping that I can get this video edited and uploaded for tomorrow evening. I need to get on top of my content and get some better quality videos out, I know that, so I'm going to be working on that over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, I just thought it would be nice to just sort of catch up and sort of tell you how I'm feeling. I would say that I'm feeling a lot more in control. However, tonight I did have a really, really weak moment. So there is so many snacks and just treats, an open bag of sweets and all sorts all around my house at the moment, and I really fancied like a packet of these biscuits. They're like mini packets, not like the whole packet. They're like mini packets, and I really had to talk to myself, and because ultimately I didn't really want them. I was craving them and I could have easily gone to town on them, but I didn't really want them. I would have been annoyed with myself if I had have eaten them, and yeah, it wouldn't have been a decision that I wanted to make. I would have chosen to make, so I knew it was the wrong thing to do. But what I did was I thought to myself, is there anything healthier I could have? Is there anything lower sin and better for me that I could have? So I thought, yep, I could have a hi-fi bar. I've got some of those. They're free sins because I've had my healthy extra B today in my oats. So then I've got myself to a hi-fi bar. Right, do I really want this hi-fi bar? Do I need it? Is it going to fill me up? No, because I was kind of almost at dinner time. So a hi-fi bar was not going to fill me up. If anything, it was going to make me hungrier. It was going to give me that sweet taste, and it was just going to make me hungrier. So I decided that because it was nearly dinner time, I could allow a bit of sweetness. So I had some pineapple from the fridge, and I was picking at the fruit. So I had a few grapes and a couple of strawberries while I was sort of pottering around. And that really kind of like took the edge, and a big glass of water. And then I said, right, leave it 15 minutes. If you still want to eat that hi-fi bar, you can eat it. 15 minutes passed, the craving had gone, and I was fine, and I was doing dinner, and yeah, I didn't eat it. So I was really pleased about that, because I knew that it would lead to like overeating. I knew I wouldn't just stop there. I would go looking for more. And yeah, I just knew it was a really bad idea. So that's kind of how I'm treating my cravings at the moment. If you're in a similar position to me and find yourself in that situation, just try it. Just try like thinking of an alternative that you could have, then decide, do you really want it? If you can't decide for certain, give yourself some time, have something like a big drink and something maybe sin-free or some fruit or a vegetable or something, and then decide a bit later if you still want it. And my instinct is that most of the time we won't actually still want it, but you know, I'm not saying this is going to work all the time, but it worked for me today. So I really couldn't afford to pack in any more sins, because I'm counting 4 sins today, 3 for my yogurt, 1 for my dinner, but because of how much I had over the weekend, I just couldn't afford any more, and I just want to try and clear the slate, draw the line, and go into my new week you know, in control. So it's weigh-in tomorrow. Our consultant is still on holiday. I feel like I haven't seen her for so long. I don't know if I'm going to stay to group tomorrow. It's very different without your normal consultant, and if I've gained, I think I probably have. I don't know, I feel like if my normal consultant was there, I could chat about it, and I don't know, it's different, isn't it? They don't tend to do normal image therapy, the new consultants, or not new consultants, but the standing consultants. But I don't know, I'll see how it goes. I'll see if there's any of my pals that I've made there, and I'll take it as it comes. But I'm definitely going to go and get weighed, because whatever happens, I enjoyed my weekend and I'll have no regrets. If I gain, which I think I will, I'll have no regrets. So, you know, let's start a new week, and hopefully I'll get some better content out. I hope you guys are all doing all right. Come and let me know how you're getting on. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye guys.